Hello, Sagittarius. I hope you're doing well. I'm Becky, and I'm going to be reading probably just a 3-card spread today, but we'll see what's up. What cards? The first card, please. First card we'd have is the Two of Swords in the upright position. Place them right here. The second card. The King of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. All right. Let's start with this. So maybe you've had to recently make a decision. You weren't sure what decision to make. And so, oh, my goodness, my book is all the way over there. I'm an amateur. Yeah, well, you might be at a crossroads. I'll just read it from, I'll get the specifics in a second. You might have been at a crossroads in the recent past, where you had, two choices of one road or the other, and you just had no idea which one to go on. You couldn't choose, kind of thing, but you had to. Maybe you didn't have to, but you couldn't choose. And then in the present tense, we have the energy of the King of Cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So it could be someone that you're interacting with, or it could be, I'm going to get a card on, so the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. In the upright position, Cups is usually an emotional fulfillment, love, passionate feelings. The King of Cups tends to be about love, so maybe there's some sort of love, showing up in your life. I also want to have one card of clarity on that. Options or illusions. It could, the Seven of Cups in the upright, you could have many options in love, or there could be something that you might not be seeing clearly in love, maybe as well, or in something that you have passion for, something of love for, or something someone has love for, but there's still some, or maybe there is a confusion about this King of Cups, but yeah. Okay, and then in the near future, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which usually means a lacking in abundance, or the abundance is not as satisfactory. I don't know what I should do. So, crossroads. Two of Swords in a reading lets you know that no movement should be made at this time. It's time to pause and reflect. You are in a space where you are probably guarding your heart and need time to step back so that you can reconnect to the truth of what is right and best for you. It seems like you may not know exactly what you want, and that is why you're taking time to ask yourself questions before you actually make any decisions. There's a delay. You are waiting. Or you may be feeling overwhelmed and weighing the pros and cons before you make your next move. Yeah, so you may have been in a time period that potentially you needed a lot of healing, and you needed to give yourself permission to heal. You may have been in a crossroads where you couldn't, you had to pause and not do anything, in order to know what the best. Yeah, you had to figure out what the best decision was, and you couldn't force a decision. It just had to come naturally, and it could also be potentially you were focusing on becoming more mindful, or practicing meditation, and just practicing stepping away like that. Yeah, and so then just to go over the energy of the King of Cups. I just really like this book because, one, it's educational, but sometimes it says the right words that you need to hear. King of Cups represents emotional stability. He's in tune with his feelings naturally and effortlessly. He's not afraid to express his love to the people he cares about. Considerate, patient, compassionate. Maintains healthy boundaries. And when the king shows up, they asks you to connect to your heart's truest desires and to take them seriously. You're being asked to create emotional balance and stability in your life. You don't want to rush into things, rather give them time to develop. This is the wisdom the King of Cups brings. It also reminds you to be there for others and for yourself, but learn how to establish your healthy boundaries while protecting your own emotional well-being. You may be a highly sensitive person, but you need to learn how to better take care of yourself so that you don't take on too much of the weight of other people's burdens or the weight of the world. Yeah. Encouraging you. I love a good encouragement to find balance, because it's just... finding balance just creates much, in my opinion, so much peace, or the ability to access peace. And it's really just so beneficial in so many ways. So Seven of Cups. I can't decide, can I have them all? So options, being faced with indecision, multiple things that, it's hard for you to say no to some of these things. So it's like, which one? And then there's also, you could tentatively just be mentally foggy because there's just so much going on, just confusion. Yeah, and so your head might just be kind of spinning a little bit because there's just so many thoughts going on in your head, and you're just like, how do I even keep up with this? Oh my goodness, kind of thing. Yeah, mentally foggy, distracted, disillusioned. Sometimes it can represent the act of escaping reality simply because you're overwhelmed by it. It also may seem as if life is bombarding you with different options or perspectives in a way that may cloud the clarity of your mind or feelings. For the creative types, this card could simply represent the ways that you are using your imagination for your own benefit. Okay. Healing. Ooh, okay. I feel like maybe there's some issues with boundaries you've been having lately. Boundaries with the King of Cups, encouraging you to create boundaries. Maybe I'm getting this feeling that you've been giving, there's a potential that, and also take what's yours, leave the rest behind. I forgot to say that. But yeah, there's a potential that there's been you wanting to give a lot of yourself without really caring for yourself. So you end up, mm, yeah, it ends up in like a not, ooh. I'm just, because, uh, yeah, okay. What I'm getting is kind of like you might have a bad habit of giving too much of yourself and then not replenishing yourself and then falling into a state of lacking in abundance. And that can mean, um, uh, in this case, it's filling your cup lacking in abundance is what I'm gathering. It could be other things, but the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is basically money doesn't buy you happiness. You're not feeling that abundance because you're seeing or you're feeling that uh, your success and your achievements don't mean anything because like maybe everything's that you've been worked for is being ripped out from underneath you, and you don't have any security. Maybe you feel vulnerable or threatened. Maybe your self-esteem is low. Maybe you're relying on others instead of relying on yourself, and there's a it feels like there's hmm, it feels there's an imbalance, which is why there's the encouragement to try and gain that balance and boundaries, and enforce those, uh, especially when you're starting to feel this mentally foggy. Like you got to take care of yourself. You got to. I mean, we all have to take care of ourselves. You know, we're the person that's closest to us, so you know we're the person that's most likely to be able to catch something if it's, you know, it's so saying that it feels, can I get a clarity card on on the Nine of Pentacles, because it feels like mm, yeah, okay. You got the Strength card in the upright position. The appearance of the Strength card shows that you are stronger than you think you are and that the universe is behind you. You don't need to force things to make them happen. Know what you want and believe that it will manifest. Don't let low self-esteem or negative thinking get the better of you. Only you can stop you now. In love, patience and understanding are required now more than ever. As evidenced by the Strength card, you can't force anyone to do your will, and you can't make something happen, no matter how much you want it. Events must spool out organically. The Strength card is a reminder of that. If people sense your good intentions, they are more apt to being open to you. Emotional balance is important to your growth of love for you right now. Yeah. Emotional balance. Emotional balance. Take care of yourself. Don't let that low self-esteem or the negative thinking, you know, take power over everything. Take care of yourself. You have the capabilities. It's like you have the capabilities, but it's hard when you get into that imbalanced, emotionally imbalanced state where things get a bit foggy and things just get like you feel like you can't do it on your own, but you can. You really can. And it's just really important to not allow yourself to get in the way of yourself. Yeah. I guess that's really, yeah, just, you got this. You've got strength. Just, it's cool because, the future is something that you can always change. The future is something that's always molding and forming. It's very malleable, the future. And so the fact that your Nine of Pentacles is in the reverse, it makes me feel like, and you have the Strength card, it makes me feel like you might be able to see it in the upright. You might be able to, in the present time, if you act on finding that balance wherever you need to find it and solidify it in yourself, in your life, in your surroundings, all of that, then you have the option for change in the future, because only you are the thing that will get in your way. And if you're able to act actively now or as soon as possible and start making those changes, to think a little bit more positively, to catch yourself when you're saying something shitty or something like that about yourself, or about what you're doing, or about, you know, where you're going, whatever it is, like, cut it. Even if you can't replace it with something positive, and then I feel like you can turn this into an upright card. That's how it feels. So yeah. And not by force, you know? Just flow into it. Yeah. Because we're doing things after we've stepped back and calmed, and after this crossroads, you know, stepping back. There's no way to make a good decision in that kind of mindset. So, you know, I guess kind of take that lesson into a lot of different areas of your life. It's okay to step back, take your time in the process, let your head clear, get those negative thoughts out of your head, kind of thing. Or at least try your best, you know, to do that. And believe that you're capable. And right now, the 8 infinity sign on her head is really poignant to me, because I feel like it just, I don't know, it's infinite. It's almost like with infinite patience and peace, you can always get into the mouth of a lion, kind of thing. You can always do the thing. Infinite patience and peace. You're so strong. You got this. And Leo energy. So, you know, got that fire. Just like Sagittarius is. Fire. I love me good fire. Alright. Thank you so much for being here for this reading. Take what's yours and leave the rest behind. And I hope you have a blessed evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Have a good one.